Hello, my name is Mobina Hashmi and welcome to my YouTube channel Truth is Here. I'm briefly just going to scan the paperwork. This is the Guardian newspaper story of Marwa Sherbini's murder, which took place in the courtrooms of Germany. There's the statement, Egypt, the 32-year-old pharmacist. It totally matches with my details for the medical notes, which I just want to show you once again. In my other video you can't really see it. That's the Egyptian man who was threatening me. He told me over the phone that he could make me go mad, and people who knew him had told me if I try and work I would have to go mad. He'd laughed over the phone and said, I had no rights, you have no rights, you will go down at all levels, you're a non-starter. I think of you every day and what to do to you next. I want to know how it feels to hold you down. You have a big brain. Oh, have your mother and father left you? He was quite a sick character, as you can gather for yourselves from those comments. And then there was another comment, you're an enigma, that's it. He liked to show me that he was totally infatuated with me, and that, you know, he just couldn't help himself, which was really how he probably behaved with most people. But in my case, there was something more of an obsession, and you can see that in these details. This is the Barnsley is racist details, the article that proves that I'm not imagining it. This was given to all staff members whilst I was being threatened and bullied, and somebody told me that they knew what they had planned for me. Senior staff had also made comments to do with violence against me. Another lady had heard about the slander that colleagues who worked alongside myself had been spreading, and she was totally shocked and was willing to be a witness if the need arose, in a courtroom setting, that is. So you can see that I'm not imagining it. Unfortunately, all of this has happened. This actually took place again also in West Wales General Hospital, when I was also told from people outside the hospital that they'd heard my medical notes had been accessed by my then tutor, who they are now denying everything. But if you look at that media, confidential information, look at that 32-year-old pharmacist. How do they do that? It's clear that there's something very serious going on, and that the Royal Society have backed everything up. Look at that. So what else can they do? If they think you could be ill, they can get your medical records without your permission. They can place people under instruction. The Society can even demand that anyone whom they believe has information about you which it thinks is relevant to their inquiries has to deliver it up. So at present I'm dealing with anyone and everyone being placed under instruction everywhere I go, and they've been told to treat me like I'm not well. In Royal Mail quite recently, I was told by the manageress, that she'd been asked by higher management to put me in isolation and not allow me to work with anyone else. And my colleagues who heard this were really shocked, and they said I was doing really well. So it isn't normal, and nobody thinks it's normal, although they've tried to normalise things like that is, to me, is absolutely disgusting. Most interestingly, the chap who's written the article is himself resident in Germany, not in Germany, sorry, in Austria. Mr. Graham Edwards lives next door to Germany, in a country that speaks German. That to me is quite frightening, because he's not commented on this. All he's done is ask me for my medical records. He's actually approached me over the telephone and said, I need your medical records, I want your permission. So you can see that the notes that he's trying to get hold of are actually forming the basis of the death of a woman who lives next door to him in Europe. And his other client is a close pharmacist friend of mine, or was a pharmacist back then, another British Pakistani girl who's a Muslim and lives outside, not in the same area as myself, but in the south of England. And she was a witness to the dissemination of my personal medical notes, a bit like that. Back in 1998 and 1999, she'd heard that my then tutor had accessed them, and she realised what they were doing with them. So I've just shared that with you so you can analyse that and understand that this kind of thing does take place. This kind of thing has taken place, and it's all adding up. Why is no one challenging it? And why am I being told that Barnsley isn't really racist and I imagined it? Just like Marwa Sherbini, her family were told that Germany wasn't racist, or more correctly, that the attack wasn't racially orientated, when everything points in the direction of fascism. I hope that clarifies things. Thank you for watching and listening to me. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Truth is Here. Thank you.